Monroeville Mall, what's left? It's dying. Let's go check it out. Pretty empty for a Saturday here. Nice, we've got a hot stone massage, just what I wanted in the mall. So now we're down on the lower level. It's honestly pretty depressing. Definitely is way heavier with like the non-chain stores and just like the little pop-up mom and pop type stuff. You've got a vacant old Hollister. This is one that did not get updated. Looks like H&M is moving out. Closing it down. So the escalators still work. One of the signs of a dying mall is definitely when the escalators aren't working or they've kind of shut them down. American Eagle is out. They usually hang on a little bit longer than that on these closing malls. No more Forever 21, but we knew that already. Monroeville Police still got a little branch in here. Cool. Food court still got a couple options. Smells pretty good. Here's a quick shot of the upstairs. Overall, pretty empty. I don't know if you guys know the backstory on this place, but Walmart just acquired the land, and I'm not sure what they're planning on doing with it. If you guys have any idea or any insider tips, I'm not really out here in the East or know much of the East, drop them in the comments down below. Check out some of the other videos on the page because turn this into a Pittsburgh channel. The highly requested Washington Crown Center here in Washington, PA. As you can see, they're doing some sort of work here, some sort of renovation. We knew that. In this sort of strip mall, if you guys have been here, you know what I'm talking about. What stores are here? They're open at 9 a.m. First door was open. Second door is open. It's extra empty. Got some ceiling tile work going on. Looks like some leaks. Quadruple can, ready to go. Even more leakage up here. And we just walked in. I thought Bonton went out of business. Anyone know? Wow. Ghost town vibes. Good mall walking though, for sure. Some sort of like kids fun arena, like a gymnastics tumbling type thing. A lot of boarded up. They're probably working in here. Okay, so that was cheer and gymnastics. With the influencer background, tarped it. Nice. More leakage. They got this thing like mega covered. We just need a bigger bucket. So is this one of the anchors down here that they're working on, or what's going on here? Could someone fill me in? I really don't know a whole lot about this mall or this complex whatsoever, but this is about as far as we can go on this end. Checking out the other end that we can walk to here. And whoever designed those needs like fired. So now I like investigating dead malls and just places around Pittsburgh, but I'm a real estate guy at heart. So I noticed stuff like that. Back entrance to Marshall's. I actually never knew this was back here, but I've been in that Marshall's before. You can go in the front from the street or the back in this complex mall. Not sure what this was. It looks like a pretty large space. Anyone know what this was? It's gone now. And then whatever anchor would have been down here is now closed off. So that's really Washington Crown Center. Where should I go to next? Beaver Valley Mall, this one was highly recommended. Let's go see what's still inside and if there's any updates I can provide. Not very well maintained here in the parking lot, and there's this massive vacant building kind of where I parked. You can see the truck there. I've never been here before, but I'm already liking these big doors that apparently don't work. This is an old school vibe I haven't felt in a while. The maroon tones, the wood paneling. Yeah. Pretty cool. It kind of feels like IUP's mall, but bigger. Worth noting, they're playing some good Kenny Chesney on the stereo. The first anchor we found was Boscov's. Getting into the main area, they do have a Dick's Sporting Goods in there. Let's take a look. Just vacancy everywhere. This big atrium looks to be like the highlight with the fountain down there. I'll get a closer shot. Got some bike storage, nice. Does anyone know if these trees are real trees down here? Sorry, it's a little noisy because of the fountain. Pretty cool though. Nice touch, probably expensive to run. Is your mall dying if it doesn't have skill games in the middle? Checking out the food court. I'll have a full video on this one too. Heading down to the other end now. That sign looks pretty cool. It gets a little bit dark over here. Looks like Spencer's is closing or has closed. So another one of their anchors is this like U-Haul storage facility down here. I'm not sure what kind of access we would have, but not a whole lot down on this end. Last anchor down here is Rural King with no access from inside the mall. One thing I will add is that the signage in here sucks. I can't find where anything's at. Like, I gotta use the restroom. No idea. Looks like we have like a senior nursing home here that's occupying quite a bit of space. Well, you guys weren't lying. This mall is extremely dead. Where should I go next? We're here at the Tanger Outlets in Washington, PA. Let's see what's new. Not gonna lie to you guys, it's 9 a.m. on a Sunday, so nothing's gonna be open, but I can at least look around. This might be new. I'm not too familiar with this. I've only been here a handful of times. Never seen the cars in here before. I say in here like it's not an outdoor facility that just has some sort of canopy. An outlet staple, another absolute staple. This is a new one, but unfortunately, places like this are a sign of a dying complex. Columbia is not new, but I love hitting the Columbia outlets. The Steelers Pro Shop, also not new, but pretty cool one. I feel like I've never seen the Gap Kids and Baby store before, but then again, I would have no reason to go in there, so I probably just never acknowledged it until I started making these videos. Same thing to K Jewelers, probably just never noticed it until I was hunting for things, but looks different. Pure Collectibles, that's gotta be new, right? It's like a mom and pop type style thing. Looks like a very large space right here, just recently closed. Not sure what that was, to be honest with you. I think it was some sort of factory store, obviously in an outlet. H&M still rocking plenty of storefront here. They always put together the huge stores. Food court is closed. I'll have to do another food court review video next time I'm down here. 25-degree weather. I'm gonna cut off under this thing because I'm going to the gym soon. Let me know where I should visit next and I'll try and stop by this week. What's new and what's gone at the mall at Robinson? Let's check it out. This is one of the few malls of Pittsburgh that actually feels updated, and there's still quite a few stores inside. This could have been considered my home mall for a long time, and maybe still is. Pretty busy here for a Monday night. This 2-level, it's nice and renovated. It's always felt pretty good. Shoe store does look new. This typically isn't a good sign. The center atrium. Now this over here at JCPenney is not a good sign when you have these type of things. This store was always a little bit empty to begin with, but now I'm worried for it. Dick's Sporting Goods still going strong down there. It's actually one of the nicer Dick's Sporting Goods in the Pittsburgh area. I don't know if you guys have ever been in there, but it's a pretty cool store that's like really only in this mall. Bookstore is also new. They did add one of these JD Sports more recently. That's a good addition, up and coming. We're on the 2nd level now. Over here by the food court. I've always liked this food court. It's a little dim, but it's a nice layout. American Eagle down here just did a massive remodel in 2025. So we're gonna have to go in and check out how it looks. This furniture store over here, right above the center atrium, is new. Never been in there before. Zoomies looks like it was remodeled recently. This Four Horsemen store over here took what was the massive storefront of Forever 21 when they closed. So looking at the chocolate boutique, I'm wondering why they have half of it kind of just in the dark. This Macy's is still booming. It's always been in good shape when I'm in there. It's like a 3-level. Today we're at Clearview Mall. Let's go see what updates I can provide for you guys. This was a highly recommended one in my comments section. Looks like we're at the Rural King wing, but already one of my favorite malls because it's got the Texas Roadhouse built right into it. Off rip, you already know this needs some updates. Western wear store, side entrance to Texas Roadhouse maybe. That is part of the food court. It may just win. Let's check it out. Looks like American Eagle got up and moved out. Another anchor. They're doing some drywall work, but there's this massive open space right here in front of it. It's like they've completely disregarded this portion. OG Spencer sign. Pretty cool. Not a good sign for the mall as a whole though. Got a Boscov's holding it down. Not quite sure what's going on here. You guys can probably fill me in on this portion. And then we do have a Dunham Sports, which is typically in these dying malls. Dollar Tree with no in-mall entrance. And then the food court is up here, pretty underwhelming. There's like a Dragon Chinese place or something like that. Maybe hibachi, Auntie Anne's, and the Melts Philly Steaks is closed. There's literally a total of under 10 stores that are open in the mall still. And one thing to note, it's extremely cold in here and you get bursts of heat when you come under like an HVAC vent. but overall, it's like gotta be 50, 55 degrees. You guys didn't disappoint with this recommendation. Where should I go next? All of the signage still has like Macy's and JCPenney in here, but they're nowhere to be found. This one does have like the Macy's vibe though, of what could have been a Macy's. Maybe it was JCPenney. Let me know down below. After further investigation, it was definitely a JCPenney. Galleria at Pittsburgh Mills, we're back. Let's see what's still in here. As we know, Macy's is closing, and it is not a surprise. The place has been super empty every trip that we've been here. So as we walk into gate 1, there is the Chinese restaurant on our right. The signage on the Macy's anchor entrance that it's closing soon. This location is closing soon. We know it. Right now, it is an absolute ghost town. I mean, I get it, it's after Christmas, but they even have the Christmas lights shut off. I don't know if you guys catch the same vibe on the video, but like all the lights are out in here pretty much, except for these trees and then a little bit of ambient up there, and it's like super dark. Vacant Justice store. This is the Bath and Body Works that just closed this past year. The empty Claire's. The food court, completely empty. You can see this used to be Rue 21. Now extremely vacant. Looks like whatever this used to be, they're using it as some storage for the dining hall seating. If you guys didn't know, I actually did a half marathon inside of the Galleria here in early December. Still got the golf balls with the golf ball seating. The go-kart track or whatever used to be here, no longer in use, but plenty of nostalgia still here. We're down here by the old Dick's Sporting Goods. I think we might have to make a second video for this. It's just way too much to know. Stay tuned for the part 2 on this one. And if you guys have any other recommendations of where I should go visit, drop them in the comments down below. Today we're at the downtown mall in Meadville, PA. You could call this my home mall, if you call it a mall at all. Fun fact, this wasn't the original Meadville Mall. There was another one up on the hill on your way to Vernon, if you guys are familiar. But you walk in and you're kind of in this food court area. In my opinion, Eddie's Footlongs is the only place keeping this mall open. But if you haven't had Eddie's, you should definitely go check them out if you're in the Meadville or Coney Lake area. So this is just a big like atrium, I guess you could call it. They'll have like craft shows and everything in here, but it looks like we could go for a mop. Back in the day before Big Lots filed for bankruptcy, you used to be able to come in through this door and actually enter the Big Lots. It was like one entity. Wouldn't be a dead mall if you didn't have a smoke shop. You guys need a vacuum? Another store that's been here forever. Pretty cool. I spent a lot of time in there growing up with my dad. And no, you won't even find a Bath and Body Works in here. But I'll tell you what you will find. You'll find prevention and intervention in H&R Block. Tax time, baby. Potentially the craziest Dollar General you've ever been to. Today we're at the Galleria in Mount Lebanon. I've never been in here before, but the parking lot is full. Let's go check it out. Automatic door out of service, probably just too cold. Yeah, this is my first trip in here, so I have no idea what to expect. This main atrium area is impressive. Didn't realize there was a parking garage in the back. What's going on in the lower level? I have no idea. The escalators are tiny. Equally as impressive up here, a ton of seating as well, like workspace. Even in an upscale place like this, it does have some vacancy. Some kind of kids' toy store, fish market, the craziest looking Panera I've ever seen. Pretty much looks like a bunch of stuff I would never be at anyway. But I will say, very upscale, very clean, pretty busy for a Friday afternoon. Today we're at arguably the second best mall in the Pittsburgh area, South Hills Village. Let's see if there's any updates I can give you guys and what I think on the status of this mall. First things first, there's no denying this mall is super nice, and it is honestly pretty big. Just so bright and sharp looking. For everyone that always thinks I come to these things on like a Monday morning, this is Friday at 4 p.m. I know this is a popular store for the ladies. I do wonder what they're gonna put in here between Bath and Body Works and Victoria's Secret. There is a vacancy right now they seem to be working on. It's also right above the Apple Store, which is a nice perk of this mall. Now this massive anchor can't be found in any other mall here in the Pittsburgh area. Is this coffee shop new, or do I just not pay attention when I'm in South Hills Village? So they do have the renovated Hollister in here, but it looks like they have the unrenovated PacSun. We're down here by the Macy's anchor, and I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but the floor over here is sloped upwards towards the rest of the mall. Very subtle slope, but I noticed it the second I walked in this mall for the first time. The American Eagle is super renovated. It looks great. There will be a vacancy here soon, not long from now. It appears the Vera Bradley moved out, and we have some vacancy as well. Dry Goods has a really good looking storefront. Not for me, but it looks good. Pretty cool. There's a Fabletics in this one as well. I think it's this and Ross Park are the only two Fabletics in Pittsburgh. And then similar to Fabletics, the only other Lululemon store in the malls besides Ross Park. Stay tuned for more of the South Hills Village series coming out. We'll do the food court video and some other cool videos that I'm gonna throw in. What is Finish Line closing down too? This is new. Galleria of Johnstown. My first visit here. Let's go see how dead you guys say this place actually is. Here's a current map. I know the lighting sucks. Definitely some anchor stores that are no longer operational. This place is pretty impressive off rip, and there's actually some sort of convention or expo going on down here below in this main atrium area. Escalators non-operational here at the Galleria, at least in this big main area right here next to Annie Ann's. Check out this relic, the two-tier Bon-Ton, obviously closed. Looks like we're struggling with some ventilation issues. I mean, the pink, this is so, 70s, 80s, 90s. Just got some garbage outside the Bon-Ton, just casually hanging out. The inside of the Bon-Ton, completely vacant. Genuinely surprised that's not more cleared out than it is, but I guess if you have a dying mall such as this and there's nothing that's planning on moving in, you're probably not gonna disassemble everything. It's just too much overhead. This is a pretty cool shot looking down the full run of like one of the arms of the Galleria. Another big anchor down here. It looks like it was Macy's or JCPenney without looking at the map, just looking at the storefront. I'm getting pretty acclimated to these by now, but it is gone. We've really got no anchor stores surviving out here. Check it out, the closed Hollister with the disassembled storefront. At least I'm pretty sure that was Hollister. Maybe we'll see the Hollister down the way. I doubt it, but that's what it looks like to me. Down here by the food court now, checking it out. There will be a full food court video. Those are some of my favorites to make, and you guys seem to love those as well. JCPenney still operational, at least with this door open. Down here we do have 50% of the escalator working. This was definitely like a Victoria's Secret or a Pink at one point in time, right? Cranberry Mall here in Cranberry, PA. Let's go check it out. Let's see what updates I can provide for you guys. First thing I did was hit the restrooms, and they might be the most renovated part. The smaller fountain here in this lower seating area is still operational. Believe that. Back there, we're looking at a JCPenney. You can see where the sign was. Now completely closed. Unrenovated too. A lot of these storefronts are just wide open. Just take a look at this exterior, and there's a reason that we're back outside now. This is a new one for me. We are back outside because the security guard came up to me and told me, he's like, I quote, "I know you're not taking pictures, are you?" And I was like, no, of course I'm not. He's like, well, the kids go online and post at dead malls. The owner doesn't appreciate it. Cranberry Mall video was cut short. We're back out here in the cold. The place is definitely having an HVAC problem because all the storefronts are open and they have tons of fans running. You guys know I'm still gonna drop the report. Check out the status of some of this parking lot here too. What you gotta do, that's the update. There's not a whole lot left. Surprisingly, they did still have a Maurice's in there. Where should I go next? The only mall with a casino, Westmoreland Mall. Let's go check it out. They are putting in a Dick's over here. It appears the Dick's Sporting Goods moved from further down the road towards Pittsburgh. Food court is super retro walking into this entrance. As you guys know, the food court video will be one on its own, so stay tuned for that. But this place is pretty slick. I haven't been in here in a couple years and really haven't been here much at all. Don't really see a whole lot of Talbots in the malls anymore. Looks like we got some retro Macy's too. A lot of the malls that are really dying don't have the fountain anymore, but this is giving me some major Century 3 vibes. Still pretty packed for a Saturday. but it's not as renovated as something like a Ross Park. These middle of the mall escalators are something you don't see that often. This white barn's like a Bath and Body Works vibe, but apparently it's pretty local. Some sort of powwow going on in the big common central area. It's honestly making it a little bit harder to film. The Charlotte Russe, fully renovated. I like it. Also a renovated Hallmark. Renovated shoe department. Looks like stores are actually investing in this mall. Except for the Hollister. I love the OG look. Being a 2-level, this actually has one of the better layouts for accessibility. It's not really long in any one direction. Looks like Finish Line or something like that decided to move out. Dick's Sporting Goods side was pretty dead, but there's really not much going on the JCPenney anchor side, despite being as impressive in structure. This one might even look better than South Hills Village when it comes to renovated American Eagles. A little bit of old and a little bit of new, but the inside looks super nice. There's gonna be some other videos on this mall, so check those out as well. Let me know where I should head to next. This one was super jumping. What's the word on Main Street Suites? I might have to head in there. That's across from Wow Games, which is probably a sign of a dying mall. Logan Valley Mall in Altoona, PA. Let's go in and see what updates I can provide for you guys. Right now we're looking at the exterior of what is still Sears, and honestly very surprised that the doors were still working, those automatic doors, but there's no access to the Sears anchor from inside the mall itself. So I actually lost all audio to this video when trying to record it, as well as a few other ones, but we kicked it off with checking out the escalators next to that Sears anchor that were still working, and then rotating over to the double-decker JCPenney's that is still there, alive and well, as well as just a massive shoe department storefront across from more and more vacancy throughout the mall. Was pretty surprised to see a Victoria's Secret and Pink still in there, because usually they bail pretty quickly, but they still have an OG Hollister, which you guys know I love the OG Hollister look. They got a renovated Zoomies, and as you can see, someone decided to pack it up and move out of Altoona. Escalators down further into the mall have not been working. This anchor used to be Macy's, and it must have been pretty recent that they moved out, because they do have the Macy's signage closing it off. Food court, still pretty impressive. The food court video, I should be able to revive it. A lot of vacancy, but that's nothing to be, frowned upon in a dead mall such as this. This Tilt facility is taking up like 4 or 5 storefronts next to that Sears anchor, and then they're big fans of their professional wrestling that they do bring out. Just look at how depressing the exterior of the JCPenney's looks, super old. Fort Steuben Mall here in Steubenville, Ohio. It's worth mentioning that this anchor store down here, whatever movie theater event space, has the goat house on the side. It actually looks like a super sick place, but we're not here for that right now. We're here to head into this mall and give you guys the updates. Sorry, temporarily closed. The Ville is open. Please use side entrance. Well, here's what we got. Both of them are locked. You know we're in bad shape when the shoe department moves across the street to a standalone location. Let's attempt to go inside the JCPenney's entrance and get to the mall that way. 3 bad hombres, a little bit of Mexican, they're open. So this is an emergency exit only. Back to the truck we go. This is not easy out here at the Fort Steuben Mall so far. Old entrance to the Macy's before they packed it up and moved out. So I just did my full lap around, and as you guys saw, the Macy's looks like they closed down a long time ago. This had the same fate as Monroeville, where Walmart's like acquiring it. It's not attached, but it's super close. This looks like one of the main entrances, I guess you could call it. I'm gonna see what kind of signage is here, because I don't think you can get into this mall on any of the entrances. So temporarily closed or just not open whatsoever. I don't know. There's where we were trying to go. It's the best I can get for you. You can see straight through the JCPenney's that there's absolutely no access through the JCPenney store itself, but they were open. Well guys, where should I go next? I do appreciate the heads up if the malls you guys suggest have weird hours such as this one, but this was a cool trip nonetheless. Today we're at the Clarion Mall. This one was highly requested. So let's go in and check it out and see what updates I can provide for you guys. Pretty dark. Side entrance to Dunham Sports. Entering the main strip. Looks like the fountain used to be right here, right next to the only store left, Maurice's. Everything else gone, but they do have this tractor advertisement right here. Might be a first. Looks like they're doing some work down here on this cinema. But this looks just about as normal as any. The Lucky Cup Cafe. Looks pretty cool when they serve like coffee and snacks and stuff with the skill games. If you were wondering, the Dunhams looks like just any other, but with not much out here, I was like, I'm gonna have to stroll in here and check out what's going on with the Dunhams. We are outside now, but for good reason. It looks like there's some stuff on the exterior of this place that you can't really access from the inside of the mall. So they had their mall entrance closed off, but Cricket is on the exterior. This Triple R Roadhouse actually looks pretty interesting. There's like the entrance to the cinema that's actually inside as well. And then on the end, they do have a family farm and home, just like a farm kind of Home Depot style store. This was a pretty good recommendation. Where do you guys think I should go next? Indiana, PA Mall. Let's go in and see how dead this thing really is. You guys have been commenting that I should come out to this one for a while now. Some of the audio here got corrupted as well, but I went to IUP, so I'm pretty familiar with this mall. They have no access to the Rural King. They actually used to have Spirit Halloween in here when I was still in college. Coming down this main stretch here, Auntie Anne's is really the only draw, and they always seem to have a fair bit of business. Still has a shoe department. That thing's been here forever. The American Eagle actually moved out during COVID. I started college here in 2019, and it was still here. We actually bought some jeans in there a handful of times before they shut that thing down. We're in front of the Dunham's Anchor now, and they're still running the fountain, which I'm sure has to be super expensive overhead-wise to do it. Here's a full shot looking down the main corridor and at a K Jewelers that's still operational. Single level JCPenney Anchor still alive and well. Circle K Gifts, like the convenience store, I guess. The Maurice's is still hanging on as well. The gym in here was always a fun one to go to. It's taken up like 2 or 3 storefronts. Down here, the other main anchor is walled up. It's been that way for a while. It is actually Harbor Freight back there. GNC's right there. And they're also still operating this smaller fountain with the nice mulch and seating going around it. Well, that's pretty much all there is to Indiana Mall here, IUP, Indiana, PA. Let me know where I should go next and if I should come to your mall. Fort Steuben Mall, Steubenville, Ohio. A week later, the redemption tour, let's go. As you guys know, I came about a week ago and had no idea why I couldn't get in. Well, there was some stuff that was going on that we're gonna go try and document. I'm in this time. Here's our map, even featuring the Walmart. That's not connected. It's not Auntie Anne's, but they do have a pretzel place. How about this one? My bad. And they're playing that Toby Keith on the radio. We're right next to a couple active leaks. Oh, almost got us right there. Look at how unlevel this floor is. I'm not sure if you guys can see how unlevel that is in the video. Look at this. The music's kind of echoing through this atrium up here too. It's sick. Been a cowboy. Should've learned the road to ride. Was this the Macy's anchor right here? Old school Macy's, if so. This might have been our issue the other day. We got the offices. Still not one single piece of level flooring in this entire mall, I don't think. Nail shop appears to still be open. Floor not level whatsoever. But now we're talking. Check it out. Basically the last man standing here in Fort Steuben Mall. Old school. Some serious ceiling problems going on though. Like what's going on over here though? I like the atrium. It's leaking. Section down here kind of has a weird smell to it, but we're at the JCPenney Anchor with the entrance of 3 Bad Hombres. Looking back down in the mall and we're jamming out. Whatever, I'll finish it off in the back rooms. Back room's not in good shape. No paper towels in the paper towel dispenser. You know when they got Facebook and Twitter OG logos on the sign that it's been a while since this was swapped. Another great call telling me to come back to the Fort Steuben Mall. Kind of smells a little weird down by JCPenney, but maybe I'll come to your mall next. Comment down below where I should go. Nittany Mall in State College, PA. We're starting it off with a vacancy on the exterior. Let's go check it out. Looks like we're having some sort of leaking issues through this grate stuff. I've actually been to this mall, I think, more than any mall in my entire life. You'll see why later in the video. Here's our directory. What's still left in here? It's got a 80s, 90s vibe to it for sure. Staring right down at the Gabe's Anchor across this main stage. Wonder what's going on there. Gabe's is holding it down, I won't lie. Walking down towards the Planet Fitness end. Big, huge vacancy right here. I'm not sure if something's going in or moving out. American Eagle, no more. Same thing with Finish Line. Something's happening over here though. I'm sure you guys, as always, will fill me in the comments about what's moving in or coming out. Spencer's still rolling. Then we have Planet Fitness occupying like 6 storefronts over here. No real access from this side. I lived in State College for about 2 years. It was this Planet Fitness that I went to nearly every morning, or at least like 6 days a week. So I've technically been in this mall more than any other mall in my entire life. Villbilly's still open. Is this any good? I've actually never tried it. No access to that like Rural King or whatever's down there, Anchor. A lot of vacancy this direction too. Out in front of the nicely renovated Bath and Body Works. And the Good Sense Candles and Gifts. Dunham's Anchor down there. Still got a Maurice's. Fair bit of leaks in here, not gonna lie. Dealers getting trained up down in the dealer school across from the new casino they're putting in here. It's supposed to open in like April 2026. Pretty much what I got here in Nittany Mall. Leave a comment down below if you go to Penn State. Maybe you live in State College. If you don't, comment your local mall and I just may come visit that one next. Today we are at the Park City Fountain Shops, and with a Carhartt, Starbucks, and a Lululemon right here, we should be in for a treat. Park City here in York, PA. This is an atrium like we've never seen before. Pretty much all the way down here in York, PA right now. We're heading to the York Galleria. Happened to see a Boscov's off the side of the interstate. I'm like, well, we have to stop and make a video, right? Looks pretty clean and actually pretty busy. So it looks like we've got all our anchor stores headlining the categories here. Not a huge fan of when malls have all these arms. It's just more walking for me to make these videos, honestly, which isn't the worst thing. But the places that are loops are way easier to film. It's a very nice Vera Bradley looking store, no pun intended. We have a House of Hoops right next to the Foot Locker. Obviously, it's the same shop. Check out the Blast from the Past Kids Foot Locker though. It appears the food court's gonna be below us. I didn't realize this was a 2-level facility. What the heck is Lolly and Pops? Never seen that before. The parking lot was extremely busy. Stores are either super updated or they're super not updated. The mall itself is extremely updated. Parking lot was a perfect indicator because this place is packed today. For reference, this is Sunday at 2 p.m. Crisp and clean, American Eagle Outfitters. All right, we found a little bit of vacancy down here by Boscov's, but this is one of the coolest looking PacSuns I've ever seen on these journeys. Well, that's pretty much the highlights here at Park City. The other wings were definitely not as long as that food court wing we went down originally. Let me know if I should come to your mall next, and drop a comment and let me know where you're from. York Galleria in York, Pennsylvania, highly requested. Let's go check it out. Also worth mentioning, it's one of the only other malls I've ever seen with a casino inside. From what you guys told me, this is gonna look very similar to the Galleria at Johnstown. This is a 2-level complex, very similar build. Here's how it looks looking down the main strip here. No escalator. This is something we haven't seen a whole lot of. These storefronts built out, coming down into the food court area now. Definitely a little bit more lively and a few more stores that are open. Here's a quick shot of the food court upper level. We'll do a full food court video. Very surprised they still have a Foot Locker and a Champs double-decker stacked right on top of each other. Boscov's has limited their anchor entrance just to a handful of doors there. Very similar to Johnstown in the effect that it is just a much bigger facility than what it can contain right now. There's activity, but it's just too big. With that kind of recipe, you're just gonna have excess vacancy. But look at the OG Maurice's over here. So we just walked over to the casino main entrance after smelling the smoke by one of the anchor stores. We knew exactly where it was. You do have to walk outside of the mall to get to the casino, unlike Westmoreland, where when you're in the Westmoreland Mall, you can walk straight into the casino from the mall. Thinking with how busy that casino was on a Sunday afternoon, I didn't even gamble a single dollar, but I have a feeling this mall will stick around and keep getting some business because of it. That is the one thing that this place has on Johnstown Galleria, is the casino. Comment down below where I should head to next, and you just may see me at your mall in the next video. King of Prussia Mall, a Simon Mall. Let's go check it out. We're about to walk in here. I hear it's the 4th largest mall in the entire United States based on square footage. I've been here a handful of times, but never to make a video for you guys. Let's go. There's gonna be tons of videos. This place is just so sick. Revolving door, awesome. There'll probably be a handful of like coordinated videos, but this video will just be my reactions walking in here for the first time. Tommy Bahama Marlin Bar. Look at how upscale this whole place looks. Fountain water feature. Pretty sure Ross Park doesn't have a Versace. Keep in mind, I probably haven't been here in like 10 years, and they've definitely renovated from what I can remember. I was probably 16. Cartier opening a store right next to Hermes and Louis V. So it looks like we made it out of the bougie area and just kind of into the regular mall stores. I know, Balenciaga right there, still pretty bougie. It's just such a big mall. I'm trying to get the lay of the land again. The place is just huge. Don't think I've ever seen a full-blown Yeti store before. That's pretty sick. Check out the Nike store. Huge storefront. We entering the watch district now with a Rollie on the corner. And it's 11:15 on a Sunday morning, but Neiman Marcus, these doors are closed. Maybe they're always closed. I'm sure you guys know that better than me. Holy Cartier Lounge, the smaller store. They're moving, as I showed you earlier. Oh, we even got a vacancy here at the King of Prussia. What are we doing? It was a little bit less renovated over here by H&M. They still have some very nice detail over by Steve Madden's store. Looks like they're putting in a House of Sport anchor over here. Cold Stone, you can get Cold Stone ice cream in this mall. Comment below if you guys have ever been here before, and comment what your favorite store is that I featured in this video. Here's where the current Dick's anchor is. It's kind of a quiet end over here. I guess they're moving into that bigger anchor where they're gonna do the House of Sport, which is kind of their thing now. There, Francesca's, we know, is gonna be closing as well. Unrenovated Build-A-Bear. Looks like this vacancy will sit here for a whole nother year. 2026 just started. Adidas is gonna be moving in next to Italy. Of course, you know, they got the massive Lego store. Obviously, we still have a Macy's. It's a little bit unrenovated. I really do think there's 2 Bath & Body Works stores in this mall. I'm sure you guys will know. Comment below. This place just never ends. It feels like 4 different malls compiled into one. It is huge. Imagine being the drywall contractors that had to do that. Wait till it starts leaking like most of these malls do. They're in basically a side quest division of it now. Got some escalators, just acting as stairs, as you guys call it. Mall's never too big to have an escalator down. Here's a shot of the map and just how big this thing actually is. Paradise Grills literally sells grilling arrangements. I thought it was a sick bar. I'm not gonna argue with you on this one, let's do it. Honestly, if you're a Simon Malls rep or you work for Simon Malls, I think it's about time you guys put me on payroll. Give me a shout. All jokes, but if you know somebody, let me know. That's gonna wrap up this episode on the King of Prussia Mall. There's gonna be tons of other King of Prussia videos. If I didn't already mention it, I'm mentioning it now. Stay tuned for those, and let me know if I should come to your mall next.